Hello, my hearties, DINKY-DOO, a very good evening to you. Hello, my hearties, welcome, 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 I say. Scottie McCLUE just popping up to say hi to every single one of you Saturday night, just after 9 o'clock. Nothing gets past me, of course. Fantastic and lovely to have you with us. DINKY-DOO, I say to you. Now, lots and lots to discuss tonight. We'll see how long we can pop up for and see if we can have a catch up with everybody. So tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that Scottie McCLUE is live just for you and saying DINKY-DOO. Just see if I can get you a slightly better shot. There we are. Fantastic. Right, we like that. Good to see you out and about, DINKY-DOO. Thank you very much. Out of hibernation, McCLUE. Yes, I've been knee wheel. I say to you, Scottie, I miss you so much. Ethan, how lovely of you to say so. Oh my goodness, look at this, says Megan. What about this, Megan? Is this not just a DINKY-DOO? I said, have you spread the word? Have you told 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that Scottie is live just for you? There's Roy Michael. Good evening, Mr. McCLUE. Much respect to you from wonderful Derbyshire. Hope your day has been good. Yes, indeed. Yes, an excellent day. So there we go. I tell you, John Locke, DINKY-DOO, I love you and I've missed you all these months long gone, John Locke. So good to be back with everybody, I say, and a special DINKY-DOO to you. Spread the word. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Have we all subscribed to the YouTube channel? And, of course, get following on the TikTok. DINKY-DOO, how are you, DINKY-DOO? We're fine, tatties in gravy. There we are. Has everyone been watching the football? Is there football on tonight? Do tell. Shane says, glad to have you back, Scottie. Love from Atlanta. Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, indeed. Georgia on my mind, I tell you. Come and join us as soon as you possibly can. So good to have everybody spread the word. Can we share it? Share it on the TikTok and the YouTube, just to let everybody know that you're back. There's Curtis saying, hello, Scottie. Hello, Curtis. Excellent stuff. Lots to discuss at the moment. We have to be a little bit careful with the election because there's less than 2 weeks to go. Is that right? I say. Hi, Shane. DINKY-DOO. Yes, indeed. There's Susan having a wee chat. Glad that you're with us, Susan. Excellent stuff. Hi, can you name a plane for an edit, please? Yes, I can. Fairy swordfish. There we are. What about that? I tell you. DINKY-DOO, Scottie, this is the wonderful Tom. Tom in Belfast. Good to have you with us. Mr. McCLUE, have you tried and are both smoky? They look wonderful to try. I think you can still get one in your hand at the smokehouse, and you just kind of pick away at it, just watch. It's not too hot. Is it oak chips they smoke them in? Scottie McCLUE fan, hello, Scottie. I love you. You're very kind. Lovely to have you with us. And DINKY-DOO, I say. I tell you. Who are you voting for Thursday, lovely chap? Well, I would never say, because as you know, I'm not a political animal. I'm actually apolitical. So there we have it. That's what it's all about. Ben has just joined us, Ben Soldier Boy. And Ben says, hello, everyone. DINKY-DOO, the team's getting together. What's your opinions on fish farming? Well, great idea as long as they don't get any sort of disease into the skin of the fish. Score for tomorrow. Well, I think tomorrow's a 2-1 job, is it not, for Scotland? There we go. We said about Switzerland the other night, Somebody was saying what the benefits. I said the flag is a big plus. Always. Turning on the phones tonight. We'll turn on the phones tonight in a wee while and have a wee bit of chit-chat. But let's get everybody on and joining us on the YouTube channel and the TikTok. If you haven't subscribed on YouTube, please do. We want to get the subscribers up. What did you study at uni? Nice pick. I studied dramatic arts. Good evening, Scottie, and it stood me in very good stead. We just celebrated. I've been working for 50 years, and because my chest wasn't well, I had to take time off my work, and I was heartbroken. Heartbroken. First time in 50 years I've had to take time off my work. Scottie, a shout out for Saltcoats, says George. Absolutely. Absolutely. No problem at all. We love Saltcoats. Saltcoats. But it's actually called Saltcoats, isn't it? Nobody pronounces the T. You say, where are you from? They go, I'm from Saltcoats. I'll go, I'm Saltcoats. Doing it. You're students in there. Shout out to Elaine and Mark who are listening from Santorini. Santorini. How lovely to have you both with us from Santorini. That is absolutely marvellous. Just tuning in from Woodbury, Mr. McClue. Governor Philip Blake. How lovely to have you with us, and DINKY-DOO. What do you think of Rishi Sunak? Well, poor Rishi, he's not exactly covered himself in glory in the last few weeks, has he? So I wonder, is anybody advising him? And why are they advising him to do the wrong thing all the time? Very strange. Somebody said that all these sort of leaders and elites and things like that are so preoccupied with keeping their position, in the pecking order, that they're not really, their mind's not on the job all the time, As Susan, I won't lie, I've not been too good recently, says Ben. I got fired from my job. Oh, Ben. What's happening, Scottie? You're some man. Used to love you on Scott FM back in the day. They should never, ever, ever, ever have taken that off. And I heard a phone-in program the other night. I don't even know what it was on. I was traveling, and it was just dreadful. Dreadful. So there you are. Do you support the Man United? Of course. When I worked in Manchester at Media City, Man United was just a wee bit further away than that picture behind me is. And Sir Alex Ferguson was in charge, and they were winning everything. DINKY-DOO, hello to you, Scottie. Is this a long way of saying you like Rishi? Well, you can't dislike Rishi, but we dislike a lot of what he stands for. Good evening from Somerset. I've had friends down in Somerset this week. I've been in Bath. And Somerset. So there we go. I tell you. Scottie, says Curtis, what are your thoughts on cheating in relationships? Well, I don't know. I've never done it. So I couldn't really tell you. I've never cheated in a relationship. You're either in a relationship or you're not. So there we are. Are you the boy? Sorry, for Alex Ferguson. Oh, Alex Ferguson's outstanding. We could do with him back. There we are. What's your best car? Best car ever. I was very upset when Margaret Thatcher got rid of the government rovers. I loved these big 3.5s. Haha, blast from the past. Used to listen to your late night radio show 20 years ago. Oh, easy. Absolutely, Michael. Could be 20 years ago and the rest, I tell you. Now, who else have we got here? Jakub. Lovely to have you with us, and welcome, I say. This is what it's all about. Kurt says, I cheated on my boyfriend. Yes, and he forgave me. Well, that was very good of him. I tell you, there's Magnus goes, I'm voting Rishi. Manchester United says, up the United, Scottie. We love the United. The old yellow and red. There's Donna has followed. Fantastic, Donna. DINKY-DOO. Guys, get following on the TikTok. Lots of TikTok videos for you. Get onto the YouTube channel. You will see the link in the bio on TikTok, and get yourself live on YouTube. I'm going to get a decent camera. Oh, sorry, camera. No, you're beautiful. We love you. Don't want it to give up the ghost hearing that. So there you are. But no, I'll maybe get another camera to help this lovely camera that we've got. When's the meet and greet dropping? So there you are. Oh, we'll have to have, I think I was 68 the other day. DINKY-DOO, the one and only Scottie McCLUE, happy belated birthday. Thank you, Beachy. That's very, very kind of you. We love that, I say. Now then, who have we got here? Right, we see. We'll just take that down. That looks a bit not very good. Right, there. Oh my God, the first Scottie McCLUE stream. Well, first for a while. Thank you for sending me 5 beautiful TikToks. Are you watching Scotland tomorrow? I'll maybe drop in and out, dip in and out of the game. No, I usually end up watching it. So there you are. Hello from Germany. I just left the Euros match. Ja, nicht Deutsch sprechen, ich bin ein Ausländer, nicht verstehen. There we are. Big Jonesy sent me roses. Guys, you never, ever, ever have to give Scottie McCLUE anything. But if you're feeling flush, there is a wee goal there. Can you see it? You won't see it on the YouTube because it's higher up on the screen here on the TikTok. And if you wanted to pop something in there, then feel free to do so. I say, I won't be voting Rishi. So there we are. There we have it. Curtis, I think we're not. I think we'll pop you out of there, actually. There we are. That's better. Yes, indeed. Had to get rid of that guy. He was getting a wee bit fresh. Opinions on Greenock, Scottie. Well, the national news was coming from Greenock last night. Did you see it? And what's the lady's name? Rita Chakrabarti. She was at the Clyde, at the Splash. Did anybody see that? I'll be voting Alba, says Luke. Scotland, so proud of the football team. Yes, but they need to start singing God Save the King at the start, not Flower of Scotland. They could maybe sing God Save the King, because that's the Scottish national anthem, and then we could maybe have Flower of Scotland after that. And see all this roaring out the door, oh, Flower of Scotland. That was a beautiful little folk song that's sung quietly. Yeah, I was there when they started it. Any chance of a wee tune in the old squeeze box? Yes, we will do as the night progresses. Where are Kareem and David? I hope they're all right, says Grim. Oh, they'll be fine. You worry too much, Grim. Guys, have you all subscribed? I can't believe how long it takes for somebody to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can have thousands, like last Sunday, 50,000 people visited my YouTube channel. 50,000. And I think about, well, I don't know, a dozen or some subscribed. Why did 50,000 not subscribe? Because they obviously loved it. I do worry too much, McCLUE, you're right. So there we go. That's the thing. What have we got here? You worry too much. You are a warrior. What have we got here? There we are. Hang on a second. Just sorting all this out. A nice wee folk tune, Flower of Scotland. But it's not the national anthem. And I think people need to know that. You know, I think sometimes we forget these things. Hang on a wee second. There we go. That's lovely, that. Lovely. That's right. There we are. Fantastic. Now then, what have we got here? Hang on, just deal with a wee troll here. We go. Upset. Fantastic. Now then, Cucumber. Oh dear, no, we don't want all this. No. Guys, remember, if you've got a dodgy handle or something, or you cheek up, you will actually just go. Okay, just always remember that, especially on the YouTube channel. So there we are. We can't be having any rubbish on the old YouTube channel. There we are. I'd love to read your life story, Mr. McCLUE. Very interesting stories. Right, Michael, I don't think it's particularly interesting, but it's funny because everyone else does. And there's a huge push for, Scottie, when are you writing the book? And I suppose in many ways I have done some amazing things. We've got to say that. There we go. Lovely. I tell you, what do we got here? From where, says Cumber? So I don't know what's going on here. I'm just having a look, guys, just making sure that they're all saying nice things. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's we've got rid of one or two of the idiots. Yes, you will got that, I tell you. Oh, this is good stuff. There we go. I'll just pop that on. Lovely. Right. That's what it's all about. We have to deal sometimes with the trolls on here. Have you noticed that? I tell you. What do you think of Nigel Farage? I think well of him, actually. And I think it's very exciting. Do you agree with North Berwick being the nicest town in Scotland? It's very difficult for me not to agree. But there are so many nice towns in Scotland. But it is very beautiful. I used to live over there, I tell you, and it was fantastic. Now, who have we got here? Ethan's talking to Sahad. There we are. Scottie, I'm going to donate £100. Well, that's very kind of you, and thank you very much. Tell me when you've done it, and we will look up. Scottie, do you know the Duke of Norfolk? Not personally. I know people who do know him. So there we are. Yes, the Fitzalan Howards. I tell you, very fine family in charge of. Now, what's the official title? The Duke of Norfolk usually organises big do's in this country. I tell you, that's the sort of traditional thing. But I'm trying to think what the official title is for that. Fantastic. I tell you. Now, what have we got here? Guys, you're having a conversation with each other. Why don't you do that off air on your own sites and not on here? Scottie, I visited Philip in the town of Woodbury, and it was absolutely lovely. So I believe. Wonderful. Now, what we got, I work for them now, is the Chief of Ceremonies. Yes, he is, but that's not the actual way they word the title. What is he? Oh, it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. So there we are. So much in the head, I tell you. Fantastic. Now, if you've just joined us, a very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie McCLUE. We are, of course, live on the TikTok and the YouTube. Do you know the Duke of Argyll? I haven't met the present one, but yes, indeed, I was at the funeral of his father. So there we go. I've actually got a picture of it there. I'm looking at it right now. The official day. Very, very sad day when we lost what we called Ian Lorne, because before they become the Duke of Argyll, they're known as the Marquis of Lorne. You see? Now, my cousin's partners, Duke of Northumberland, Scottish borders. Oh, beautiful. Yes, absolutely. Were you in the army and what battalion? Well, I won't go there. I tell you. Scottie, can you host a meetup for Scottish patriots who are big fans of Scott McClue? Well, that would be some size of a meeting, wouldn't it? I tell you, somebody once said, they said, you shouldn't worry about being popular in life because the size of the crowd at your funeral will be largely determined by the weather, which I thought was brilliant. Not true, in fact, because the weather was absolutely coming down in stair rods when my father's funeral was held, and it was absolutely packed. So those that were there to say farewell to Big Archie in March 1996, thank you so much. How was your birthday, Scottie? My birthday was outstanding. I spent it with friends, and it was outstanding. So there we go. I tell you. Please, I need to meet you and shake your hand. Oh my goodness me. I can tell you, I used to go out on what we called public engagements. And I remember one day a lot of the local businesses had hired a limousine which picked me up and took me out to the town. Well, you'd have thought that the monarch themselves was visiting the town. The crowds and people lining the roadway, leaning out windows. I was shouting up to a guy in his vest, "Away you and get dressed, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon." I request the Glengarry, says Beachy. Beachy, I think we will have the Glengarry somewhere around here, if you've requested it. Let me see. Oh-ho. Right, we have to decide, do we wear the Glengarry or do we wear the Tinker hat? That's Tinker from what was it called? Lovejoy. Yes, Beachy, thank you for sending me hearts. You're very, very kind. Are the phone lines open? Not yet, Stuart, but we are going to open them in a wee while. Scottie, Atlanta is finished. Now, tell me what you mean by that. I get this all the time, that something's finished, you know? And I think to myself, this is so sad. Like people used to say that Detroit, they would go, Scottie, Detroit's finished. And Detroit must be beautiful. Good evening from Aberlour, says AC. I love Aberlour. Yes, you've got your own whiskey, am I right? And you've got shortbread and crisps. And you're a beautiful part of the world. I go through Aberlour a lot. Will you be voting Reform, SNP, Alba? It was very interesting that you should say that. I was thinking today, no names, well, names, yes, no pack drill, no party politics, but my dream team would be Donald Trump in the White House, Nigel Farage in Downing Street, and Alec Salmond in Edinburgh, in Holyrood. Now, can you imagine that as a dream team of world politicians? The rest would have to just fall in because that's your three most important countries in the world, really. You know, America, England, and Scotland. You see, so that's what that would be a dream team. We need Trump back in office, Scottie. He'll save me and my police force. Shane, I think you'll find that the Donald, God willing, weather permitting, will be back in the White House. No problem at all. Nightmare Team, says somebody. Hang on. My shot won't let me see it. Mr. Brindingeth. Mr. Brindingeth. Nightmare Team. Where did you get that from? I thought Salmond was a lefty. Oh, I think that's a bit sudden. I would say, in general, left of centre, the independence parties at the moment. And maybe we need to bring independence a little more to the right. And I was arguing with a dafty today about independence under the crown, you see, and I think it's very important that the Scots back the royal family. There should be a whiskey named after Mr. McCLUE. Oh, could you imagine the old McCLUE? Hello, could I have 2 pints of beer, please, and 2 large old McCLUEs? Well, maybe get one. Who knows? Oh, yes, I was going to tell you about funerals. And I thought, you know, if I had just a private funeral, maybe, you know, half a dozen people there or something like that. And I thought if there was a public funeral, would people come from Sheffield and Leeds and Hull and Newcastle and Carlisle and the Isle of Man and Manchester and Liverpool and Preston and Glasgow and Edinburgh and Dundee and Perth and Annan and Dumfries and the Borders and the Highlands? You know, would they all come? I tell you. Anyway, the problem with your own funeral is you're not able to organise it yourself. Well, not to the same extent, so it might not be much of a do. That was a Gallic gentleman years ago. He said, my funeral will not be much of a do because I'll not be able to organise it. We love it. Hello, Scottie, DINKY-DOO, Professor Numptyhead. Now, here we go, Mr. Kettle Black. Yes, kettle and pot. Oh, Scottie, you were 30 seconds late the night. Oh, you were a minute late, Scottie. Yeah, I was watching for you, Scottie. You were late. And then we've got Numptyhead swanning at 26 minutes into the show. Numptyhead. Never happening. I'm afraid that's why it's a dream. What's Tobias saying? What do you mean never happening? Ibrox is falling to bits. What do you mean the fabric of the place? However, because the team's been playing consistently and continuously since 1872. And I had some dafties on going on, I was a new company there. Doesn't make any difference. That's administration stuff. And I don't mean into administration, although I think there would be that, but this is admin, office stuff, back office stuff, and back off stuff. That's not Numptyhead, Scottie, is it not? Did I do that? I don't remember. What? Hello, Scottie, DINKY-DOO. Yes, we shall see. If it's not Numptyhead, we will dump him and get the real Numptyhead on, I tell you. What's this never happening, Tobias? What's never happening? That's what we need to know. McCLUE, that really isn't. Right, well, we shall see. We shall see, I tell you. Add Galloway in opposition in Westminster. So wait a minute, are you saying Nigel Farage in government and Reform UK in government, Nigel Farage Prime Minister, and the opposition, George Galloway? Wow, yes, that would listen, the viewing figures for PMQs would be through the roof. You know, it breaks my heart. I mean, I know there's certain debates that you see mobbed in the House, but I saw George standing up talking one day, and he was talking in his usual brilliant style. Erudite doesn't even cover it. And the House was almost empty, and I thought, that's a disgrace. These people should be whipped in there. Whipped as in politically whipped, you know. The whips should get a hold of them, I say. What's going on? I'm pretty sure I'm Numptyhead. Will we ban him anyway? Phone's on tonight, Scott. What we might do is we'll put him in timeout for a wee while, and then we'll see how that goes. How about that, guys? I think that might be a good idea, and then we can see. So he's been timed out, and then that'll give us a bit of an idea what's going on if anybody's at it, because there shouldn't be any mucking about on here. I tell you. That's it. Trump, I tell you. They were, well, Trump, well, that's going to happen, isn't it? So, you know, and there's no reason why we shouldn't end up with Nigel either 100% in opposition or actually in government. Hello from Erskine. We love Erskine. There we go. I used to go to Erskine to get the ferry. What about that? How old are you, Sir Rory? I was 68 on Thursday, Rory. 68. So there you go. I have it. These trolls, Scottie, ruining our family. Mr. Niga, do not worry. Are you an Ulsterman? Well, we're all Ulstermen to a greater or lesser extent. Everybody came originally from the African Rift Valley via Ireland and then got dissipated. The diaspora. There you are. I tell you, but I mean, Ulster, 9 counties. So if I was an Ulsterman, I could come from any of the 9 counties of Ulster. And not necessarily, some people confuse Ulster and Northern Ireland, you know, that sort of thing. But there's such a thing as an Ulster Scot. Did you know that? I tell you. Open the phones, we're going daft here. So there we are. You'd like the phones open. You're just about time, probably. We could manage a couple of calls. Yes, indeed. There's VJ, DINKY-DOO VJ. Lovely to have you with us. Have you had a drink? No, I'll have one now. Thank you. I was getting a bit of a drouth on me. Thank you for thinking about me and getting me hydrated. Wonderful stuff. Now, I think we need people like Carter to never, ever, ever come on here again. There we are. Fantastic. So what do we got here? I'm just moving on, folks. We're so busy tonight. Absolutely mobbed. Scottie, can I be in your will? Just to get the badge on your hat? Well, we might put several badges out. I think I told you, we once auctioned the badge, and this guy's missus, she obviously didn't understand the power of McCLUE. I said, I'm going to give them to the auctioneer. It was quite a famous auctioneer. It was a charity auction. She said, well, watch you don't fall on your backside and nobody buys them. So I went over and I said to him, couple of wee Scottie badges, you might get a $5 for them. Tell me what you think he got for both badges, right? Same, well, the same separately for 2 badges. Hello from Kirsty as well. I was drouthed, but I've had a few coffees. VJ, lovely to have you with us. Ray Michael says, I loved listening to your phone in every night on Sheffield's FM, 10 p.m. until midnight. Wonderful memories, Mr. McClue. I think we were 10 to 1, Roy Michael. But maybe you went to your bobos at midnight. These were fabulous phone-ins. Huge, right across Yorkshire. What a wonderful day, Scottie. Absolutely. Absolutely, Mr. Nega. Now, who have we got here? Robert, DINKY-DOO. I'm not going to wear this shirt again because I forgot you can't see the messages properly if you've got the shirt on. There we go. How wonderful is that? Let me know if you want a tune on the squeeze box, and we'll do that for you. This is our first night back, so I'm amazed that everybody's come and joined us. That is just fantastic. So unannounced, we put, tell me this, those of you on the YouTube channel, have you subscribed, by the way? Those of you on the YouTube channel, do you notice the messages coming up in the community column? Please let me know. I think it's important. Can you play Oasis Wonderwall in the squeeze box? No, it would be copyrighted, so I wouldn't be able to do that. We'd get hit with a copyright, I tell you. So there we are. We can play you anything on the squeeze box, or we'd get hit with a copyright. More drink. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you very much. Now then, what are we getting here? Administration stuff. Absolutely. Yes, the backroom stuff. Scottie, what did you study at university? I studied arts. Do you vote SNP? Well, I'm apolitical. So I'm not really a political animal at all. But the SNP have been the closest to independence for Scotland, and everybody wants that, but under the crown. We need to get the dafties, because otherwise independence will just get kicked into the long grass, with one or two wanting a republic, shooting themselves in the foot. Richard Tan, thank you for your beautiful gifts. Guys, you never have to give McCLUE anything, but there's a wee, what do you call it up there? A wee goal. A goal. There. I'm up there. Is that right? And if anybody wants to, if you're feeling flush and you want to put something in the goal, that's great. I've got 1,900 likes. That's fantastic. John Donner says, Tunes of Glory. Yes. I put a couple of scenes up. My goodness, that is some movie, guys. I can tell you. So there we are. Scottie, what happens if you've been a baddie, a thief, a liar, or a cheat? Well, Scott McCLUE fan, I've only met one man in 68 years who was a real true baddie, a thief, a liar, a cheat, a malignant narcissist, somebody just looking for supply. And I've only met one, and but a very serious bad man. One bad man. So yeah, I never ever want to meet another. Do you think ladies should be doing the high dusting in Scotland? Well, they always have done. It's a tradition. And you see, you've got to remember that the real truth about feminism, and not many people know this, but the real truth about feminism is it was brought in by the governments to get the women out to work to earn more tax. And of course, the women all fell for, we're equal to men. Oh, that's great. We'll be getting the same stuff. What happened? They used to get their pension at 60. Now they're not getting it till they're 66. How's that for equality? Because the men don't get theirs to 66. And I'm sure there's lots more equality the women could be having, seeing what it's like. So there you go. So they've been conned. The poor old feminists have been conned. I should have been in charge of feminism so that we saw that the ladies got a fair deal. That's what it's all about. What was his name, Scott? Oh, we could never ever give a name on here, Scott. You would never ever do that. No. Hello from New York, Scottie. John Homelander. How lovely to have you with us. And a massive dinky-doo to you. So there we go. Fantastic. But I shall tell you, somebody once said, oh, what a horrible person, blah, 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 blah. And I said, no. I said, I want him to live as long as possible in the best of health. So he has to live with himself. Do you like that, guys? Score tomorrow, Scottie. 2-1 to Scotland, I think. I'll just check what I've got down here. Yes, I think I'm going for 2-1 to Scotland. So there you go. As you know, I'm septic. Hello, John. DINKY-DOO. Absolutely. Lovely to have you with us from NYC, John. There we go. Whereabouts in the Big Apple? Wait till Trump gets back in and you'll see New York improve right away. DINKY-DOO, Scottie, from holiday in Rome. I hope you're well. My goodness. Give our love to Rome. Pop into St. Peter's Basilica, and I think you'll see Bonnie Prince Charlie's tomb. Is that right? There we are. Hello, Frae the Broch. I fit like fusher doos up in the Broch. Aye, and you've Peterhead just along the road there. Ken, fantastic. We love the Broch. Scottie, it's David DINKY-DOO. David, dinky-doo to you. Hope you've had a nice birthday. Lovely, lovely birthday. Spent it with beautiful people. Yes, Trump and Nigel Farage. Yes, Trump in the White House. Right, the whole lot we've got now. Boom. Trump in the White House, Nigel Farage in Downing Street, and Alex Salmond in Holyrood in Edinburgh. And that's a dream team. You watch, if these three guys got together, your life would just get better and better and better. Yep. Need at least 2 clear goals or it's kaput. Well, I've said, what have I just said, JD? 2-1 is 2 clear goals. Is that right? Am I right? There we are. Or do you mean like it would need to be 3-1 so you're 2 clear? Is this what you're telling me? I tell you. Right, what do we got here? God bless Ulster. Yes, God save Ireland. Hello from Norway. Norway. Fantastic. We love having you with us. I was thinking about Norway tonight at 8 o'clock. Have I got that right? Norge. Norge. Do you know that your royal yacht, do you still have a royal yacht? Yes. Who did we have? Was it King Haakon? Had the royal yacht, the Norge. That used to belong to Sir Thomas Sopwith of Sopwith Aircraft. Am I right? Have I got that right? I tell you. Can anyone see my messages? Yes, Numpty, we can see your messages. There we are. When's the next phone in? Well, we're having one now. If somebody wants to phone in, we can have a bit of a chat. Has everybody on the YouTube channel subscribed? And has everybody followed on the TikTok? Hi, Scottie, it's David. Hi, David, we're seeing you. We gave you a mention. I haven't been keeping up with the Euros, says Tad. Here's the phones. Phones. Hello, you're live with Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
DINKY-DOO, it's Kareem, Scottie. How are we?
Kareem, how lovely to hear you. Dinky-Doo.
Yes, I'm just coming home. I was walking the dogs at Shatler Country Park. And I thought I need to get Scottie on. So
Shatler, lovely. Yes, indeed. And you can get it in the car, Kareem.
Yes, I've got you connected to the car, absolutely.
This is wonderful. You know, I don't know why I'd bother with radio nowadays. And no names, no pack drill, Kareem. But I heard a late night phone in the other night. As I say, I'm not going to mention any channels or anything, but it was absolutely dire.
Yeah.
You know, they had no calls and just a crazy setup altogether. So I thought, oh my goodness me, McCLUE would have been calls right out the door by now.
It's a lot of these producers, as you've said in the past, you know, they don't have that forward thinking as they used to have. You know, it's all very
big thinking. What are people really interested in talking about?
Yeah, that's the thing about the show, Scottie. When we phone in, it's open to debate about anything.
Yes, and we're getting people from all over the place, the United States, Japan, you name it.
Yeah, you know, worldwide, and that's what it should be.
Wonderful. We'll have to be a bit careful just as the election comes up, because they'll start a period called Purda. You know, right. And that's when you can't really talk about certain things because they think it might influence too much. But what do you think now? I know you're not quite as mad on it as myself, but what did you think of the Dream Team tonight?
The Dream Team, sorry?
You didn't hear me tell. The Dream Team is Donald Trump in the White House, Nigel Farage in Downing Street, and Alex Salmond in Edinburgh.
Well, I think if that was the case, politics would certainly be interesting.
Hey, and somebody said, what about getting George running the opposition?
Well, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, there's as you said the other, you cannot assume. So I'm not going to make assumptions.
No assumptions.
You know. However, I think interesting times are ahead, and we'll need to take it when we have more clarity in the coming weeks.
Yes, I think we'll see it. But it's certainly, I mean, and you know, whether you're a big fan or not, as soon as Nigel Farage said he was standing, the quality of debate in this country improved immediately.
Yes.
You know?
Well, like him or not, he's a very good speaker and he knows how to work a crowd.
Yes.
And, you know, you don't have many speakers or politicians like that.
Yeah.
Even you've got Alex Salmond as well, when he's very articulate and knows how to work a crowd.
And Donald Trump.
Stands his own.
Yeah.
Whether you like Donald Trump or not as well. And I can actually see him probably being president again.
Oh, I think so. I think without a shadow of doubt, Kareem, God willing, weather permitting. And we might get McClue's dream team yet.
Well, I want independence, and the sooner we get that, the better.
Well, I'll tell you, they were arguing with me today, Kareem. They're still arguing about the crown. Oh, we want a republic. Now, as soon as you breathe the word republic, they lose right down. Snakes and ladders. That just plummets down the ladders.
Well, I was on an independence walk today, and it was in the lovely city of Stirling.
Oh, very nice.
I had TikTok live on, and it was very well watched, and you had a lot of unionists and you had a lot of independence supporters. But one thing that I said, and I didn't manage to read all the comments because we were walking through the crowds, and I said, now I know I'm going to be shot down here, what I'm about to say, folks. However, I believe that we need an independent Scotland, and if we want the unionist vote, you're going to have to accept, and there has to be compromise, you need the monarchy. That's it at the end of the day.
Good for you, Kareem. Yes, well done.
You know, some people obviously weren't happy with that.
Oh, they wouldn't be.
People didn't care.
But you're a patriot. You're a patriot. And they need to, and also the parties, the SNP and Khalba, need to actually get, you know, a very clear steer on that.
Yeah. The SNP have made it abundantly clear there is no plans to abolish the monarchy. And I think that has to be, you know, played
well, that's very wise of them.
The Alba want a republic, and I know the Greens want a republic.
Well, I mean, that's just going to lose votes. That's the problem. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but again, things might change, and at the end of the day, you know, we have to, if we want independence, we have to respect that there's people, as you've said, might not be wanting independence purely because they support the monarchy. I'm sorry, you have to compromise.
Yeah.
That's the way politics goes.
And I'll tell you another mistake a lot of them make. They think that the monarchy is English. Because they don't realise the Scottish crown is in there as well. Nemo me impune lacessit. Nobody attacks me with impunity. The Scottish crown. Robert the Bruce. 1320. Declaration of Arbroath. 1314. Battle of Bannockburn. I was telling them all about when they were roaring out Flower of Scotland. I was saying, you should be singing God Save the King first. You know, and I thought it was Alexander and Edward I, but it was actually Robert the Bruce and Edward II.
Right, okay.
So it wasn't Longshanks. It was Robert the Bruce and Edward II. Flower of Scotland's about sent Edward homeward to think again, and it was the Battle of Bannockburn in 1314, and Roy Williamson, the wonderful Roy Williamson, who went to the same school as the present king, he wrote that in the mid-1960s, I think, round about 65.
Well, I was at Bannockburn today because that's where the walk finished.
Nice.
And, you know, just such a beautiful centre with the history of Scotland. One thing I would say to people that if they're listening just now, there will be a wee petition going out because the Scottish government have been asked to step in because they want housing development on the field, which I think is just destroying history and Scottish culture. And how they can get away with that, I have no idea.
Well, was there not a problem with people wanting housing on Bannockburn? On on Culloden?
Yes, what that is, yes. And I think they managed to build some. I don't know if it was all, but I think they got the go-ahead for that.
Right.
Some of it anyway.
I mean, Inverness used to be quite a small city, but when I went up the last time, it's massive.
It's, to the east of the city, it's been developed more and more and more. But that just shows you there's a lot of potential in our cities, and
Oh, yes.
The deep and more. Absolutely.
But I'll tell you what we need to do. We need whoever's in Holyrood to seriously improve the services to the Highlands and Islands.
Yeah, I think money is obviously with the cost of living and is an issue. And when you hear that, it shouldn't be. With independence, that's not going to be a problem. But you know how much money we give down south,
yes,
to get a fraction of it back.
Yes.
And that's what a lot of these unionists don't understand or refuse to believe. If we had full financial control, the progress this country would make would be within 5 years to 10 years, you would see such a change. But people are scared of change and they need to have more confidence in themselves. They really do.
Absolutely.
Get rid of this notion, you know.
Absolutely. And lovely talking to you, Kareem and Dinky-Doo.
Thanks for taking my call. Bye, Scottie.
Bye, Kareem. Top man. Always a good call, Kareem. We like that. Fantastic. Now, we need to have a bit of a catch-up here, guys, and see what's happening. What have we got? We've only got minutes to go. Hope all's well, Scottie, says the wonderful Tom. Hi, Scottie, how are you? Says Rachel. Rachel Tanner, Dinky-Doo, and thank you so much for all your kindness. Aidan has joined us, Dinky-Doo. So there we go. And many calls tonight, Scottie. Well, we've got stacks of them. I haven't taken all the calls. See, as soon as I open the lines, Tom, they go absolutely bananas and they start queuing up. Now, I don't have what we call a lovable lassie of the big switchboard here because I'm just doing the show on my Todd. See, and I used to have somebody answering the calls and weeding out the wheat from the chaff. Fantastic, but that was good to hear, Kareem. Now, what else have we got here? You seem to have put me in timeout, Scottie. I think there was a big misunderstanding. Well, Numpty Heed, identify yourself. Tell me a bit more about stuff. Kareem sounds a little different. I hope he's all right, says Numpty Heed. Let me know if it's you. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, brilliant to see you. I used to phone into your old radio shows years ago. I'm watching you on YouTube and my TV. How long are you staying on for? How lovely. Well, this is me just back. I'd been no well, and I'm just back. So we've only got about another 6 minutes. A call here. Hello, you're live with Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
Hello. Very good evening. It's Numpty. I'm just going to turn the radio down.
Aye, that's right. Turn your radio down. Is that the genuine Numpty?
The real Numpty. Listen, I haven't typed one word tonight.
Right,
because
good.
Somebody's been imposter.
Now, have you typed anything at all? No.
No, nothing
right,
at all.
Lovely, good. Let me just get rid of this nutcase then.
Aye.
Well, I've not done anything.
I was late, you see, Scottie.
Aye.
The usual.
Fantastic.
Aye,
that's
so
what it's about. So there we go. So I think.
Aye.
Aye, there we go. So that's the Dafty gone.
That's the Dafty gone. You're Numpty.
There's somebody else on the phone here. Who's on the phone?
It's me.
Well, it's just my good self,
Scottie. Can you hang up? And I've got Numpty Heed on.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, buddy. So there we are. We must have got two. We must have got two calls at the one time there.
Well, this is why you do need the livable land.
Yes, Numpty Heed. You know, see what you started. You pushed me to do this show.
Aye. apart from making a good cup of tea, she was good at handling the phone
Oh,
calls.
she could handle the phone calls, I'll tell you, and deal with the dafties.
She took no messing.
Name messing with a lovable lassie of the big switchboard. And remember, we
So
had
anyway,
the likeable laddie, we had the wizard for a while.
oh, the wizard, he didn't care how to make work the phones. We used to disappear.
God, disappear. You
What's
used to
it
say
going
things
back?
like, Scotty, this is the 5th time I've phoned in.
However, are you keeping well, Scotty? That's the main thing.
Yes, well, I've been, as you know, I've been nae wheel, but we're back in the saddle.
You had us all worried for a minute.
Off. I had myself worried. I'll tell you not to. I'm not going to go into it and bore you with it, but I was really struggling to get my breath, and I had to take time off my work. Unheard of.
Is that how McCLUE's pie sales have dwindled?
Oh, I don't think the sales have dwindled, you know, but they'll have been eating them when I've not been looking, you know.
Are they fresh, your pie?
Oh, fresh as a daisy, I'll tell you, straight out the oven. You'll burn your mouth if you're not careful.
Indeed. Now, are we going to see you again next week, Scotty?
Well, I'm hoping so. The only thing is there's a lot happening, but we'll try and pop up as and when we can. So, as I say, I'm back at my work, and that's good.
That's the main thing.
That's the main thing. You're back. You've got to go to your work, numpty head. You know, you can't just no go to your work.
Well, the thing is, we don't want to be calling you lazy bones.
No,
lazy. Not lazy bones.
Because that's what they do in Scotland, isn't it? Somebody takes a heart attack and they go, I think he took a wee lazy tum.
Indeed. Sitting on his back side with the blinds closed.
That's right, and the blinds closed, you know, and all that stuff. And when I went up to the house to see him, he was watching the racing.
Indeed. He was watching the afternoon telly.
It's crazy stuff, isn't it?
Indeed it is. Well, Scotty, it's nearly 10 o'clock and it's nearly your bedtime.
It's my bedtime. It's time for bedtime for the bears. And
we don't want you being late for next week.
Oh, no. And tonight, when I thought it was you that came up at past, I thought, right, you're getting it. So it was some other poor soul that got it.
I did join you at past, and I heard you mention my name. I thought, how does he care? I've just arrived, but here it was an imposter, Scotty. I've not taken one word tonight, so you got rid of the right numpty.
I got rid of the right numpty. I had an old auntie in a home, and I went to visit her, and she was telling me, this old lady came over, and she said, what do you want? She said, oh, I thought I heard my name mentioned. And she said, no, you didn't. You thought you'd come over and stick your nose in. And they were giving it all aye. And then she's sitting at the table and she goes, I need a drink of water. She said, why can you not get the staff these days? And the old auntie goes, because you're too difficult and nobody will come. They were giving each other earache.
I'm sure you were, Scotty.
Oh,
now then,
look after you to yourself.
I will do, Scotty, and you take and keep well because we want you back next week, 9 o'clock sharp.
Stick out your tongue and say ta-ta.
All right then. Ta-ta.
Ta-ta. We love it. The numpty head. Guys, we are out of time. I'm going to have to dash. So there you go. Oh, heck, I've not long tuned in, says Irene. Oh, have a nice sleep. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Good night, Scotty, and good night, Susan. Don, I seem to have more time to give you a quick call. I'll try next week. Good man, Scotty, says the wonderful Tom. Guys, all I can say is thank you. If you've enjoyed this show, a fraction of how much I've enjoyed being with you, then we're well served together. Dinky-Doo. Stick out your tongue and say ta-ta, ta-ta. Oh, aren't they beautiful? So there we are. And beautiful YouTubers. We're going to have to go. So all I can say to you is stick out your tongues and say ta-ta, ta-ta. You get one more chance. Here we go. Ta-ta.